All right, everybody, welcome back to the #1 television program in the history of the entire universe. I am Brian Lee Durfee, author of The Forgetting Moon, The Blackest Heart, and The Lonesome Crown. All three books published by Simon & Schuster's Saga Press. Today I'm going to be reviewing The Western Wizard by Mickey Zucker Reichert. This is book number 2 in the Renshai Chronicles trilogy, one of my favorite trilogies of all time, and Mickey Zucker Reichert, of course, is one of my favorite writers of all time. I've done several video reviews of her books so far. I recently reviewed The Last of the Renshai, book number 1 in the series, so if you want to see the review of book number 1, before you watch this review, all you need to do is type in my last name, Durfee, and then Last of the Renshai into your YouTube search bar, and that video review will magically appear upon your screen. That's how the internet works. Okay, so let's do book number 2, The Western Wizard. This is book number 3, Child of Thunder, and I'm going to be reading this in a couple weeks and leaving a review soon for that one. But we've got the covers, which I love graphic design and cover art. And these have some great covers by the great artist Jody Lee. Nice wraparound look to them. They look sharp on the shelf. I really like them. And there's a cool map of our fantasy realm right there, based a lot on Norse mythology. It's kind of what we're into here with this Viking type of a book. These sword fighters, these Renshai, these masterful warriors that are just like hard and tough. And their sword skill is beyond anything you could ever imagine. So, this one, it's book number 2. Book number 1 was a huge, grand adventure. We loved it. A lot of things happened. Now we're to book number 2. So when Odin breathed life into the mortal realms, he created the 4 cardinal wizards. We got to meet the 4 cardinal wizards in book number 1. They are still around for book number 2. We've got the northern wizard, the good wizard, and that is Trellis. We've got the southern wizard, the evil wizard, that is Carcophan. And then we've got the western and the eastern wizards, who are sort of a balance between the good and evil. And the western wizard is Tokar, the eastern wizard is Shadamar. And they're like these gods that sort of have their fingers and they're meddling in the realm of men. They're like little puppet masters. Now we have our main character, Colby Callinston's son, who is known as the Golden Prince of Demons. And he is the last of the Renshai warriors. He's 70 years old, and he still kicks an ass on the battlefield. He is dope. He just is so skilled. Ever since he was a baby, they were training him to be a sword fighter, and it's just in his blood. As it was in the blood of all the Renshai warriors before they were all killed off. In these stories, it's kind of like they were so powerful, these Renshai, that they became the enemy of a lot of people. Anyway, so we've got a lot of our returning characters in here. Ardwine, the hunter, the archer, the Robin Hood type figure. He's one of Colby's good friends. We've got Garn, the ex-gladiator. He is the husband to Mitrian, and they were some of the main characters in book 1. There's sort of side characters in this book, but still very important to the plot. Marlon, the bard. That is M-A-R L-O-N, Marlon, the bard. He is one of my favorite characters. Starain is our king, or the king that they want to put on the throne. He's very integral to the plot. Shadamar, of course, is the western wizard, or the eastern wizard. The western wizard and the eastern wizard play a big role in this. Shadamar has this wolf companion that kind of follows him around. I think it's represented right up there. Anyway, and then we've got the plot of this. I guess some of the themes of this are just a lot of people die. There's an examination of belief and faith that I really like when it's injected into a fantasy novels. I really kind of like that. How we're talking about the gods and cardinal wizards that work for the gods, and puppet masters of the people, and the plot here really sort of meanders around a lot, but that's what I like about it. It's just not conventional at all. It just meanders, and the writing is top notch. The writing is absolutely gorgeous. And I will just read a little snippet of the back to give you kind of a more of an idea of the plot without me doing any spoilers. So, now the days decreed, an ancient prophecy has come upon the mortal realms. The great war has been fought, and a Renshai has proven its champion. Yet even as the war's heroes struggle to place the rightful king of Bearn upon the throne, and that king is Starain, one of the characters I mentioned. He's kind of a big, brutish guy. He can't really speak that well. He's kind of like your Hodor, but he says more than Hodor. Anyway, so they're trying to get this Starain, the King of Beard, back on the throne. And the last true Renshai seeks to train a new generation of his warrior race. Like I said, all the Renshai got wiped out. Colby Callinston's son is the last one, and he's trying to he's trying to get more. It's kind of like Luke Skywalker trying to get the Jedi back up and going. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, Colby, the last of the true Renshai, seeks to train a new generation of his warrior race. The word is carried forth on falcon's wings that the Western Wizard is no more. Well, they can't find the Western Wizard throughout the whole book. That's why it's called the Western Wizard. Anyway, and unless Shadamar, the Wizard of the East, can find the one mortal with any hope of surviving the challenge of the 7 tasks of wizardry, the worlds of gods and mortals alike will fall. So if one of the wizards disappears, somebody has to go through these 7 tasks of wizardry to replace that wizard. Well, the Western Wizard has kind of disappeared through this. Is kind of one of the plot points. And who can go through those 7 tasks and maybe possibly replace the Western Wizard? It's kind of the plot. It's just a really cool series of books. There's like Game of Thrones and Wheel of Time. There's a lot of stuff going on in these books. I mean, they're thick books. And that's just the first trilogy. I mean, that's the first trilogy in a series of 9 books that are all about these Renshai warriors, and it's just cool. So I give book 2, The Western Wizards, I give this a solid 9.75 out of 10. It is just that good.